Welcome back, listeners, to a brand new episode of Comic Class. In today's lesson, guys, we're really looking at Stan Lee and Steve Ditko's The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 26, The Man in the Crime Master's Mask. And yeah, this is going to be a fun issue. It features the Crime Master as well as the Green Goblin, so you know it's going to be good anytime the Green Goblin's on the scene. And yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite villains of all comic books, so let's jump right into today's story. Let's go. So this story starts off with basically Peter doing his day-to-day things, and we also get to see that the Green Goblin is meeting up with the Crime Master, and it's revealed to us that the Crime Master knows the Green Goblin's identity and vice versa. The Crime Master threatens the Goblin to not interfere with his plans and kind of like betrays the Green Goblin because he had told him that they would work together to control the underground of New York City when it comes to crime. But he tells him that, he doesn't want to hear from him, he doesn't want to work with them, and that if he does try to interfere with his plans, he'll reveal a secret identity. But as Green Goblin mentions, he would out him as well, so they're not going to do anything to each other. So they basically just go their separate ways. Now, the Crime Master basically goes and leaves a message to one of the rival gangs, it seems. And while that's going on, we get to see that Peter and Betty basically get into an argument, talking about Peter's, dates that he's been having with Liz Allen, basically, and Peter basically doesn't really have an answer for what Dudley's been doing. She also mentions about Mary Jane Watson, and he mentions that he has never even seen her, so it's just having relationship problems pretty much. And J. Jonah Jameson basically tells Peter that if he doesn't have pictures to sell to him, that he has to get out of his building because he's there to basically buy pictures for him. He doesn't really work there for him. And yeah, so Peter basically goes to his school and he gets into a fight with Flash Thompson. This leads Liz Allen to basically just leave them both and say that she's done with both of them. And Peter's just not having a good day at all. Now, the Green Goblin and Spider-Man, as Peter, gets his Spider-Man outfit, basically gets his costume and they pass each other without seeing each other. And the Crime Master basically shows up and he tries to attack Spider-Man. And Spider-Man basically dodges all of his attacks. We get a lot of cool action panels. Eventually they get into a confrontation and the Crime Master uses gas to basically try to suffocate Spider-Man. But Spider-Man is able to get out of that situation, but the Crime Master basically gets away. Now the Crime Master basically goes to talk to his fellow gangs, and one of his gang members basically rats him out. And the police are basically going to where the Crime Master basically is. Now we see the Crime Master talk with the Green Goblin, and the Green Goblin and the Crime Master basically get into a confrontation. And, the Green Goblin is not someone to basically be messed with. And he quickly, just gets the Crime Master, I guess, to run away. And eventually Spider-Man shows up and he gets into a fight with the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin uses his pumpkin bombs and was able to tag Spider-Man, with Spider-Man not being able to get out of the way in time. And basically it stuns Spider-Man, or, knocks him out. And the Green Goblin uses this opportunity to take his body to the Crime Master and his gang. And the Crime Master basically realizes that this is his moment to basically take over the crime in New York City, in the underground. And he goes to his hideout where his fellow gangs are at, I guess. Or, I'm not sure if they're his gangs or, the fellow gangs, the rival gangs. And the Green Goblin basically shows up with Spider-Man, wanting to make a deal and show the Crime Master that he's someone to be trusted, someone that can, give his end of the bargain, basically, and actually capture and defeat Spider-Man. And that's how the issue ends, with Spider-Man being defeated, being captured by the Green Goblin, and it seems like they're going to be trying to kill him in the next issue. And yeah, that was Stan Lee and Steve Ditko's The Amazing Spider-Man issue 26, The Man in the Crime Master's Mask. Overall, really quick issue to talk about. There's not a lot that happens. Usually these comics in the Silver Age have a lot of content, but this one's actually very simple and straightforward, so it didn't really take long to go through it. And as always, I don't put everything in these videos, because I do recommend you go check them out for yourself. But, yeah, and the link will be in the description down below to read on Comixology, or, buy it and read it, Comixology, legally. And yeah, overall, The Amazing Spider-Man issue 26 was very good. Crime Master's an okay villain. He's not great, but he's okay. And Green Goblin, amazing as always. He has great personality. And the fact that we got more depth to his character and that he has actually revealed his identity to a fellow villain, or I guess crime boss. Green Goblin really does act like a crime boss in these early issues when he had first debuted. It definitely was a really different character in the beginning. And then in the John Romita senior era, I believe he changes a lot after he's revealed, his identity. But yeah, overall, very good issue. I recommend you go check it out and subscribe if you haven't already for more amazing Spider-Man. We're going through the entire Steve Ditko Stan Lee run. So if you're into the Stan Lee Steve Ditko run, I recommend you subscribe. Just we're going through 1 through 38. Right now we're on 26, so we're almost done with this run. So I recommend you go check out the previous videos in this playlist. Playlist will be at the end card at the end of this video. And yeah, until next video, guys, God bless you. Until the next lesson, keep on reading those comments.